Well, if you thought the Annabelle doll looked creepy, wait till you meet Bram. G'day Darkrealmers, it's horror author and illustrator Michael J. Elliott here with you again today, and welcome to our very first movie review for 2019, and I've picked a really good one for you today. Today we're going to be looking at The Boy, and this is a creepy tale set in England, and it stars Laura Cohan as Greta. Now, Laura Cohan apparently stars in The Walking Dead. Now, I know this is going to surprise you, Darkrealmers, but I've never watched one episode of The Walking Dead because I'm just not into the zombie genre. Okay, so I had no previous experience of her. Now, she plays Greta, and she's an American woman who's just gotten over a rather traumatic breakup, and she takes on a job as a nanny for this, very posh English couple, Mr. and Mrs. Hillshire. And the opening shots really set up the movie because we have a shot of her, sort of relaxing in the taxi up to the home. Then we get shots of this huge, stately looking home, but it's sort of really creepy looking for some reason. I mean, it's magnificent, beautiful. Then we go back and have more shots of her, and then we have shots of, wood carvings, and there's goats and satyrs and beautiful intricate carvings, along the woodworks, but it's really unnerving. The director has set up the premise of the movie really well with that. Then we get a shot of the camera from a point of view winding its way up the stairs, and that's a little unnerving too. But it's when we get to what apparently is the young child's room, and I looked at it and there were toys, and they were all wooden toys and toys from the 40s and 50s, and I thought, hang on, this is set in modern day, isn't it? It's a little bit confusing. It all gets explained, Darkrealmers, don't worry. Anyway, in the first instance, Greta opens the door, the taxi's been paid for, all that sort of thing, and she goes inside, takes off her shoes, obviously thinking, oh, this is very posh, I better not traipse any dirt in. And she goes up the stairs into, finds the bedroom and of the child and plays with the toys, and then gets interrupted by Malcolm, who's played by Rupert Everett. Now, Malcolm is the grocery store owner who brings the deliveries to the house every week, and he explains, gives a rough sort of history of the house and so forth. And when she gets downstairs, she finds her shoes are missing. Straight away creep out. Now, before I go on, Darkrealmers, and tell you a little bit more and give you the pluses and minuses of the film, here's the trailer for you to take a look at.
We've had a number of potential nannies come through already. Do you think you can manage?
Of course.
I'm Malcolm.
Hi.
I'm the grocery boy. Well, grocery man.
Lead the way.
Allow me to introduce Mr. Hillshire. And this is our son, Brahms. Music gives him so much joy.
Brahms is not like other children. It is very important that you follow these rules. Be good to him and he'll be good to you.
No offense, Brahms, but you kind of creep me out. Brahms.
You okay?
I needed someone else to see it.
See what?
If you leave him alone, then I'll give you a sign.
This is like some kind of magic trick, right?
It's not a trick. Tell me about the real Brahms.
He was downright strange. A little girl from town used to come out here to play with Brahms. They found her body in the woods. By the time the police arrived, the place was up in flames. Brahms didn't make it out.
Hello?
No one's been up there for years.
You wouldn't hurt me, would you, Brahms?
It's not safe in this house.
You don't understand what's happening. He's alive.
You will be good to him, won't you?
Okay, that should have creeped you out because it's extremely well done. And what is really well done about this movie, there's no sort of jump scares. The only criticism I have of it is the dream sequences. Because the director and the writer had created such good atmospheric tension, just with shots of this porcelain doll just sitting there looking, you know, that was creepy enough. We didn't really need to see Greta wake up and find out it was all a dream. Not once, but twice. To me, it just took away from the fact that there were enough creepy moments without anything actually happening. And what I found myself doing was, she's been given a list of things, as you saw in the trailer, that she must always do. She must never cover up the doll. She must, you know, never leave him alone. She must feed him. And of course she's thinking, these people are flakes, you know, how are they going to know? So of course she immediately ignores all the rules and she begins to regret it. Strange things start happening, and it's so well done. The fact that there's scenes where just shots of this doll, and it's almost like he's looking at her, condemning her for not following the rules. And we know that's stupid, but it's done so well that we think, yeah, this doll may be alive. This doll may actually be the soul of the real Brahms, you know. It's very well done like that. Now, my only criticism, well, extra criticism is of the ending, and not the full ending, which I'm not going to spoil for you, is the partial ending, where the movie goes from just creepy, atmospheric, maybe possessions, you know, spirits, whatever, into a totally different genre of horror, which sort of, for me, destroyed the mood, and it seemed a little bit silly, okay? But I have to give kudos to the writer and director of this, because the doll itself, you know, which is, you know, a full-size or child-size replica of this child that was killed 20 years ago, and how the fact that the mother and father have never gotten over it and have transferred all this love to the doll is really creepy. It makes you wonder, okay, what don't we know about this child? And that's where Malcolm comes in. Now, his role is basically, he's a support, he's the sort of hero figure, but he also fills in the gaps and of the history of the house and Brahms. And what I really enjoyed about this film was that, you know, Greta goes from this total unbeliever to suddenly being convinced, yes, they're right, this doll, and she starts treating it like a person. She takes it outside, she puts a little parka on him to keep him warm when it's raining. And when her boyfriend tracks her down and finds her and, you know, starts saying, you stupid, this is a doll, don't... That's when the ending goes into high gear. Now, Amber, my Darkrealmer, number one Darkrealmer, you will love this film because there's no gore, there's no splatter. It's those old house creepy, what's up the stairs type movies, so the atmosphere will really draw you in. So if you're a fan of films that take a premise such as, you know, like a couple who are grieving so much that they can't let go of their son even after 20 years and have transferred all their love to this doll, you are going to love this. As I said, you may not find yourself enjoying the ending or finding it, you know, sort of spoiling. If you see it, let me know what you think of the ending in the comments, okay? Because I'd love to know your feelings too. Now, you can find this movie on Netflix and also on DVD. And I'd encourage you to check this one out because, as I said, apart from the ending, which I can understand why they went in the direction they did, I just don't think it was executed very well because it fell back on a lot of horror tropes that we've already seen that sort of almost erased what they'd built up before. But hey, I'll give this a B+, definitely Darkrealmers. I hope you've enjoyed this review of Brahms. Okay, don't forget, leave a comment, and if this is your first time to the Diaries, thank you so much for watching my video, and please think about giving us a subscribe and a likes, and I love reading your comments. So that's it from me, horror author and illustrator Michael J. Elliott. And as I always say, if you're going to be babysitting porcelain dolls, make sure you stay in the light. Bye for now, Darkrealmers.